time to talk about those Week 5 picks right after this. Welcome back, people. So happy you can join me on another pick session. Hope you guys had an amazing week 4. I kind of did. Yearly, we kicked some ass. Didn't do well on DraftKings, but head-to-head on DraftKings, we did very well. We took home the money. So we kind of split even, and we're going into another week trying to take home the big bucks this week. And we're going to get started with that quarterback. But first, we need to get a little fresher. And that's what David S. Bonkings is for. Now, starting off in the QB position, I have to talk about someone that nobody's probably going to talk about this week, and hopefully he's going to get the start, and that's CJ Beathard. He came in last week, and he showed he was a solid QB. He could get the ball to fucking Kittle, and that's kind of what we care about in 49er territory. Now, again, if they start Mullins, I'm kind of worried, and we're going to have to maneuver this lineup, but I think Beathard is kind of locked in there for the start, so get him in your lineup, and hopefully it's going to save you a lot of money to get you some other guys in there. Now, let's light up those running backs. Now, time to talk about those running backs. And the first guy I want to talk about is a theme with me. And if you guys have been watching me for over the year, you know that opportunity knocks is a theme of mine. And today, it's knocking for Chase Edmonds. And we really like Chase Edmonds. He's a kind of fantasy star in his sleeper flex position. And now he's getting the bulk of the load. And I feel like at best, he's going to hit 15 points. And if he has a breakout 2-touchdown game, which is very possible with a guy like him, he could hit a 25 to 30 point day. So lock him in your lineup. He's pretty cheap. And we're going to pair him up with someone else who showed up last week, and that's Antonio Gibson. We've been kind of waiting for the Antonio Gibson breakout in Washington, and last week it kind of happened. Now, there's news they're going to be starting Josh Allen there, which it's kind of like, why? But at the same time, they do need spark in that lineup, and with Gibson, I really think they're going to find it. So get him in your lineup. He's very cheap at $5,000, so you're going to be able to find a lot of other room in your lineup to fit some big names, and we're going to have to do that this week in the tight end position, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit after the wide receivers and getting lit with David. First off with the wide receivers, we're going to talk about the rookie out of Dallas, and that's CeeDee Lamb. Dude, this kid is legit wearing that number 88 and looking fresh. Guys, he is awesome. He is flashing all the right moves, and he's catching everything Dak is throwing to him. I mean, Dak's throwing for almost 500 yards a game at this point, so CeeDee Lamb should be locked into a lot of people's lineup at 6K. I expect him to have another nice day with at least a floor of 15 points. And somebody else I have my eye on, and I should never have my eye on, is a Jets wide receiver, Jamison Crowder. Look, he shows up and he puts up points every week, even though I think he's never going to. And he is healthy, so, let's try it out and see if it works. I'm not feeling good about this move because it's a Jets wide receiver, but you never know. Jamison Crowder puts up points. So let's try this one out, shall we? And finally, we're going to talk about the one I've been talking about, I fucking think, all year long, and that's Robbie Anderson. The true number one. DK hasn't figured out his salary yet. He is still only at $5,900, so until they get him up to that wide receiver 1 salary, I think he should find a spot in everybody's lineup from here on out with that 20 points a game. I do think Robbie Anderson's in for another big week this week. Now, before we talk those tight ends, let's hit up David again. So this week with the tight ends, I have to say it, it's garbage. There is nothing out there. So we're going to have to go heavy with the tight ends. And we're going to double stack the 2 big guys, and that's Kittle and Kelce. Guys, look, we're going to talk about Kittle first. You guys saw what he did last week. He fucking did some crazy shit. 15 catches on 15 targets? Dude, unbelievable, George Kittle. I said he was going to be the number 1. He's looking like he's going to be the number 1 tight end this year. And I think he's going to continue that pace this week. But also, let's talk about Travis Kelce, because he is the other solid tight end. He puts up points every week, at least 10 points, and not wanting to risk any flyer tight ends this week, I think we just stay safe with Kittle and Kelce, spend the money, and that should really get us going into that defense, which we're going to talk about. Any questions? And lastly, let's talk about the defense. And this week we're going to go solid again with New England Patriots because they handle their business. Week in and week out, they really hold teams down. They held down Mahomes for about 3/4, who's the hardest guy to hold down. And this week they have a rookie quarterback in Denver who I think they're going to put the boots to. So get New England in your lineup at 4,200, and that should round out the lineup for the week, and it's looking pretty good. I really feel good about this, especially in cash gains. GPP, we might have to tune it up a little bit, but for cash, this should bring home the money head-to-heads for sure. And before we get out of here, you know it's dab time, and today we're going to take a dab out of the high five duo and some runs from Zen as Fuck, because the combination of the two are absolutely incredible. And if you guys didn't know, right now I am doing a split stakes of this device where you could win this and some other prizes. If you just go to GoStoner.com right now, you could win a raffle ticket, or if you're on my Facebook page, check it out. There's a bunch of chances over there to win a bunch of free raffle tickets to win this device, and we're going to announce the winner on November 1st. So good luck to everybody out there, and let's get all litty right now with some tasty dials. Now we got the high five duo on orange because it is our first picks of the new October season, and we're ready to get nice and litty in that Halloween vibe. So let's dive in, shall we? So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope the money is with you this week. Keep doing what you're doing for the community. Fucking vote. Stay beautiful. And most importantly, stay lit.